Hey guys, welcome back to another CDH podcast episode, a podcast about CEDH. I'm here with someone who's been dead to us for a long time. Dylan, say hi, Dylan.
Hello. I don't know if
Uh,
dead's the right word, Bailey. I just had
Preoccupied.
finals to do.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, you're in school, unlike
yeah,
us
how dare
no,
I?
not schoolers. Anyway, today we're going to be, let me close this so I don't accidentally open it up. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Dylan's Scooby and Shaggy Kroxa and Kunoros CDH deck list. This is a deck that he's enjoyed playing since basically the commander came out. It has a very potent combo and attacks at a different access, but he hasn't really been happy with where the deck's been in the current spot of the meta. And there's some things that he wants to have the deck do that it's not currently doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so what are
this deck is interesting. The main combo of the deck is just Kroxa and Kunoros with, where is it? Altar of Dementia, which just, you can put Kroxa and Kunoros as ETB on the stack, sack him to Altar, and then choose target himself, and exile 5 of the 6 cards you mill. So you can loop through your deck, and your final one's going to be Abdel Adrian, or Karmic Guide, which returns Abdel Adrian, and presents a loop from there. I believe. It's been a while since I played the deck, because I don't feel good about where it's at. I think that's the correct loop. But also this list isn't fully updated. But that's okay. But essentially, I took down a tournament with the deck a couple months ago. It was I don't know, 35 players, somewhere in that range.
yeah.
But it was performing okay. There was a lack of win cons, so I want to slot an extra win con or two into the deck. And then I also want to lean more into the mid range. It's kind of got this weird mid range grind value package, which I don't know if I should lean out of or more into. Honestly, it probably should just be a turbo deck, but I don't like playing turbo decks. So that or a stacks deck, which I also don't like playing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this away that it probably shouldn't be taken.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You're trying something new.
But it's worked in the past. Certain cards just don't work in the deck, I've noticed. At some point I slotted Necropotence into this deck, which is not in the list that Bailey's looking at. But I was playing the deck yesterday for the first time in a few months, and turns out Necropotence turns off my main win line. So that probably shouldn't be in the deck. I don't even know how I think I got rid of some of the cards for deck and just slotted this in. But I want to add, is the One Ring in here? It is.
It is, yeah.
There's a couple cards, like Smothering Tithe, that I think should be in the deck.
Yeah, that makes sense. Card's insane.
And then I think I want to run Dualcaster.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially with the new Molten Duplication.
Right.
I'm adding Duplication right now.
No, I just put it in. I guess it'll be in there twice. That's okay.
Yeah.
And then I think I'd run Twin Flame and probably not. That's not how you spell Twin Flame. Probably not. What's the last one? I don't remember. The 3-mana one that's just not as good. Heat Shimmer. That's the other one.
Yeah, it's weird. Molten Duplication kind of just cut Heat Shimmer out of a lot of decks. Some lower colored decks play it, but I don't think you need it.
And other cards, Trouble in Pairs, which I might have already slotted to the deck.
Yeah, it was already in, I believe. Yeah.
And then I already put Goblin Welder in the deck. I'm considering throwing back in Bolas' Citadel. I didn't enjoy it the first time I was playing the deck, just because I don't really have a way to. I guess I have Entomb, Do I have Entomb? I do have Entomb. I guess I'm not on Buried Alive, which is probably a mistake.
Well, Buried Alive only puts creatures in, I believe.
True, I am playing a Reanimator deck.
Yeah.
That probably belongs in the deck, I imagine.
Yeah,
Seeing as
definitely.
to how I've got like Razaketh from the deck and Hoarding Broodlord, which I'm considering cutting Razaketh, because it's almost always better to just go Hoarding Broodlord.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are your opinions on playing Dahada in the deck?
That's actually a card I was very interested in playing, just because it mills, generates just value.
Yeah, it gets you mana
Gives me
and
mana.
mills you, which you already want to do.
The Hot is a great card. I don't
Yeah,
think that can be denied at this point. Cards put up
yeah.
results in the 99 and as a commander.
Yeah, I think you should probably
Constantly.
add also Citadel.
Just as a
Well, because if you're already on Welder, it gives you
true.
another piece. And then if, like, another card you can think about adding then is Magda. Because Magda by herself is typically just
Yeah.
good enough.
I had Magda in the deck for a while because I was on Pulse Citadel. I'm also on Hoarding Broodlord now.
Yeah.
So the Magda makes a lot more sense than it did in the past.
Yep.
Um, what else could we get in this deck? Obviously, could run more acceleration. I'm currently on Burnt Offering and Colon the Week at Dark Ritual. I think I want to be on Sacrifice as well.
Yeah.
If I could learn Dispel. Just because I've had games where someone like mills my Burnt Offering, or I mill my Burnt Offering because
Yeah.
it's kind of the deck.
Yep.
And then I go for a Hoarding Broodlord line, and I'm like, oh, oops, can't do that.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think I want Fire Covenant out of the deck for Toxic Deluge. I guess I could run both, but I don't like Covenant as much. It folds to um, Reflecting Swap, which is just not something I want to have to deal with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
But if there's no deflecting swat, card's
but if there's no
insane.
Deflecting Swap, the card is insane.
Um,
And then I haven't really looked at cards from the new set for this deck, but I'm sure there's a couple.
I can look at the new set while you consider your life choices.
Yeah, what else have I slotted into the deck in recent memory?
I
Is
think
there
Necro
still
Dominance is where you want to be. If a
one
card or
also
token would
shuts
be
off my
put into your
line?
graveyard, exile it instead.
Yeah, there's a reason there's not a Necropotence in the deck.
Yeah. Maybe the red flare or
Yeah, I
some
guess it's a
number of the
decent
flares.
consideration. What
Because
is it? The Black Flare is just
it's
an
a
edict.
Shieldred's Edict.
Yeah, I don't think Shieldred's
Um,
edict is great.
yeah, you're on 23 red, and currently you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 red creatures, 9 with Kroxa that aren't tokens. So you
And most of
probably
them I'm
have
okay sacking.
you probably have a high enough count for it. Um,
I want to put Cursed Mirror in the deck.
yeah, Curse Mirror is really good, especially with the welder. Are you also on the engineer?
I should be.
Yeah,
Is it
you
not on the
definitely
list
should be.
currently?
No, it is not.
Okay. Well, it's in the list that I play currently.
Sweet.
It's been a minute.
And then
I think this is something I messed around with when I initially built the deck, but a card like Cloud Shift or Ephemerate, kind of the similar thing to Curse Mirroring, to where it's like I'll flicker/copy Kroxa to create another ETB. It allows for loops to be presented outside of my turn,
yeah,
which is not awful. It might be a little too niche, but I think that's probably why I cut in the first place.
Potentially. It's also, yeah, I'm trying to think of all the other things it does, and it doesn't do a whole lot in your deck. Like,
Yeah, it bounces Dockside,
yeah, we can look at like
Goblin
Atlas's
Engineer.
list. It does like so much in like an Atlas list.
Yeah,
But it has a few homes. It's pretty sweet with like your Hordling Broodlord, I suppose. But I think instead of like Cloud Shift, you would much rather want like Ephemerate if you were to play either of them.
yeah.
But I don't think you need either
I
of
don't
them.
think I need either of them. But it's funny. You gotta run Cloud Shift in every white deck we play.
Oh no,
Uh,
no.
What else is not currently in this list?
I
The
threw
red
in
flare.
another artifact. I don't know what's your opinion on the card, but I think it's a really good card, Defense Grid.
Oh, Defense Grid 100% should be in the deck. So should Conqueror's Flow.
Yeah, especially since you have now a artifact package
Yeah.
going for you.
These are things that are in the list I'm actively playing.
Oh, okay, they're just not
Some of the changes that I made after that tournament. Yeah, I made some adjustments to the deck after I took down that tournament, and then just never played the deck again.
Yeah,
Because I was trying to, grind a good deck.
yeah, which is
Uh,
lame.
It is lame, honestly. Why would we
Looks at
play
the
good
two
decks
decks I
here?
built now. Definitely not top tier decks.
I think now I should be on Praetor's Grasp, which is in the deck still. I know I cut it at one point.
Yeah, it's currently in there.
Is Final Fortune currently in this list? It is not. I think that card is probably good enough to play.
I'm fixing your mana base.
Yeah, please do. It's probably screwed
It's
in all sorts of.
atrocious.
Final Fortune is now a $30 card. Holy crap.
Yeah. Looks like you're going on a trip on Google with me, guys.
How are you fixing the mana base? Oh, you're adding
The best
the good
cards in your
cards.
deck. Yes.
I see. Replacing the bad tapped lands. I guess they're technically not tapped. The check land, the buddy lands.
Shadowy Backstreet is the black-white one. Sick.
Let's see here. Let's look at. I also haven't looked through Thunder Junction for cards that would be good for this set.
Final Showdown.
Final Showdown would be very good for this set.
There's the Entomb spree card. I forgot the name. I'll look it up while you continue to figure things out. Cowboy hat. The black card.
Sort by.
Oh, never mind. It's not good.
No.
Yeah, it's a 3-mana sorcery Entomb.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I thought it was an instant. Maybe Rakdos, the muscle, belongs in the 99.
Possibly.
Because I think that card is just really good. And you're already having a sacrifice synergy with your loops, where Rakdos, once you have your loop established, is another way to mill your opponents out while either getting you value beforehand.
This is super interesting. Where is the deck? What are their sets that come out recently?
Rakdos, the muscle.
I already put it in the deck.
Sweet.
I'm
also gonna throw in. Hold on. It's a Rakdos the muscle card. It might not be good. I just know I lose when it enters the battlefield under Rakdos' board.
I mean, that's a pretty good start, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a Forsaken Miner. I figured the name of the card out.
I know the card.
I'm gonna read it. 2/2 for a black, can't block. Whenever you commit a crime, you may pay black. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield.
I don't think it's good because we don't have a way to.
Yeah,
For the
because you're
reason
not on
you
Alter.
lose. Yeah. So
Yeah, you
Alter
can come
Dimension
out.
is a crazy card.
Yeah. I just know that I can't let it resolve.
Is Ragavan in this deck currently?
Yes, it is.
Oh. No, it's not.
It legally is.
Oh, there it is. Do I run Tiny Bones? Or is Tiny Bones overhyped?
It's way overhyped.
OTJ wasn't that great for CDH, was it?
Role players,
Yeah.
which is all you really need out of decks. Like Lava Spur Boots probably should see more play. Card's nuts.
CDH?
Yeah, card's nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's nuts outside of CDH. Like, disgustingly stupid outside of CDH.
Yeah, so why would it be bad in CDH then if it's broken in other formats?
Because other formats are 20 life formats where swinging for 14 on turn 3 is a viable strategy.
It's viable in CDH as well.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more
I don't think
Thunder
there are.
Junction cards that you want.
Oh, you're telling me Bruce Tar wasn't playable?
I am telling you that.
Rude.
But the new Corvold might be. I don't remember if there was a Corvold in the set. I could have sworn there was. There is not. I'm just lying to you.
Humble might be worth playing.
Who?
The one that whenever one more tokens is under control, each opponent loses 1 life and gain 1 life.
Oh, yeah, Kumbal.
Kumbal. Kind of for the same reason as the muscle, because if I go through Abdel Adrian loops, my opponents just lose.
Yeah, but I don't think you need multiple of the same thing. And I think Rakdos is probably just better. Because he gives you card advantage instead of just dealing a small amount of damage.
True.
Okay, I think that's all for Thunder Junction. I'm going to get back to
this would have been a cool deck to brew Bailey. Tyler Keene. Perfect shot.
Yeah, the bad card, yeah.
I think it's a cool card.
I also think it's a cool card. I'm taking out Mount Doom.
Why?
You have
Over
one?
what?
You're on 30 lands currently, so I have to take some out.
True, why not take out Luxury Suite over Mount Doom?
I mean, yeah, we can. Doesn't really matter to me.
I think
Luxury Suite was probably going to get removed.
Either way.
Why do you think Mount Doom's better?
Because I'm on the Wandering, and it's a board wipe. Kind of. I mean, it's incredibly niche.
Yeah.
But I'm also on Bowls of Citadel.
Yeah, and Opal.
Opal.
Yeah, so you have
I'm on
3.
Opal. I'm on Opal.
What your deck list says.
I have a ton of artifacts.
You have 20 of them.
But none of the lands from this set are playable. Not MH3.
I don't know if there's actually too much in MH3 that helps you out.
I doubt.
Like there's maybe power balance that you can go up on.
I really want to try that card.
Well, you can put it in, and then if you put in Sensei's Divining Top, since you're up Bolus's Citadel,
True.
could make sense.
Gaming.
I personally think Power Balance is a bad Magic card, but
so do I, but I want it to work.
Chthonian Nightmare could be something that you could play.
I was considering it. I have a lot of small creatures, but the issue is I have a lot of very big creatures.
Yeah.
which is interesting. Are any of the Devoid cards even worth running?
No. Galvantic Discharge. There was an interesting argument with it, is that you should be playing this over Lightning Bolt if you have any other like energy synergy. Like if you
Galvantic
want to be,
Discharge?
yeah, it's you get 3 energy, then you can pay any number of energy, deal that much damage to a creature or player.
Oh, interesting.
I guess any target. And then Wheel of Potential, you could technically play. I don't think it's that good.
I don't think I currently have any wheels in the deck. Unless Wheel of Fortune's still in the deck in this list. It doesn't look
I
like it
do
is.
not know.
Is Underworld Breach still in this version of the list? It is. This grinding station?
Yeah.
Yeah. And LED still is, I imagine. Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea to be running Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I think you should probably go up at least Wheel.
Did I see that it's down to 160? No,
That sounds
350.
about okay. I was like, I could see it being down to 160.
I can also see it being down to 160. It is a little heinous, but
There's a argument of like no elemental blast being playable.
I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either.
I don't have enough
Oh,
colorless production.
I'm putting Arena of Glory into your list.
What does it do?
Someone doesn't watch my videos. It's
No, I
the
don't.
red land.
Oh, the Exert one?
Yeah.
I pulled one of those yesterday. I don't know how good that is, Bailey.
I think it's fine. I'm looking at your creatures of like Grim Hireling, Engineer, Welder.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah, so you can literally tap it, activate, get your Engineer out, activate it right away. Or like your Welder, no, your Engineer, and then with like the one that makes your lands uncounterable, Cavernous Souls, your creatures uncounterable.
Yeah.
Make an uncounterable Hasty Engineer.
That is pretty good, I
Yeah,
will say.
yeah, it does sound pretty good. How much lands do you want to be running?
It's a really good question, actually.
Because I've been keeping it at 27, and you have 28 if you count your MDFZ.
I think 27 is a good number. I have awful luck, so I typically run too many lands.
Yeah.
But 27 is a good number.
Okay.
I wonder if any of the MDFCs are good at stuff from the new set.
They're all pretty mediocre.
I want to try the green one in Rocco, the 6-drop creature.
Yeah.
The ETB sacks a creature and draws cards.
Yeah, I could see that being good. I'm gonna throw in Talongate of Madra in your deck because it's the best land printed recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It on ETB.
Peanut, you're so loud. Hi. What? I think we can wait. Oh. You want me out? Okay, she's yelling at me to let her out.
Okay.
Go say hi.
Yeah, but Talongate on ETB phases something out, phases a creature out, and you can pay 4 mana to put it from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's another way to get around Grand Abolisher effects.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. I would prefer you being in green for like crop rot, but
Did you already put Chthonian Nightmare in?
no, I didn't know you wanted it in.
I'll test it.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try, I think.
What's up? Thank you. I just got handed a bag of toppings.
Oh.
Sick.
Lucky day.
Yeah, I don't think there's any harm in trying it. I don't know how good it'll be.
Yeah. I don't know if it like belongs in your deck, but it's there now.
Indeed it is.
This is what I'm looking for. I want double side cards. I know it's a way I can do that. Probably works just.
For Abomination, Bailey. Sadly not playable. God, the name is epic.
True. Okay, so what's like in terms of like the meta, where do you want the deck to sit? Like, what do you want the good matchups to be, and what do you know your bad matchups are gonna be?
I want to essentially be able to outgrind, like, board state-wise, the other mid-range decks in the format. Because I know I can't outgrind, and I mean, the deck should just be a turbo deck, but trying to play it mid-range, the card advantage just isn't there,
Yeah,
really. Um, so I've got like certain pieces like Elish Norn and Geronimo and Vala, and these weird, like, very niche stacks pieces that
yeah,
just shut down a lot of like the top tier mid-range decks.
yeah,
Um, which is kind of the hope, so that I can slow the game down, build a board state that generates a bunch of mana, and then resolve my commander and hopefully a Grand Abolisher effect, um, and just win from there.
yeah. That makes sense.
And then
I
there's like
threw,
a genuinely strong beatdown plan.
yeah, I threw an Elishnorn Mother of Machines.
The other Ocean.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually want it in the deck, but it doubles ETBs and turns off ETBs. And the tournament I was at yesterday, I saw like two or three of them, and it put in quite a bit of work. It's also just a 4/7 vigilance.
Yeah, I'm strongly considering it for Rocco.
Yeah, I think it could belong in here because you have quite a bit of ETBs.
There are quite a few ETBs. Why did my fan turn off? What? Oh, Luna turned off my light. What brat?
What?
Um, no, I agree. So I think I want more of these, like, just very targeted hate pieces. Because, like, Elish Norn shuts down just about every $2 deck in the format,
Yeah,
outside of, like, Obnixilis.
yeah,
Um, which is kind of why it's in the deck. Like, Kinnan just cries when this card hits the board.
yeah,
Um, Drawing Vala shuts down Sisay. Like, really shuts down Sisay.
yeah,
But those are like the two like big hate pieces that I'm on currently.
yeah. Makes
I
sense.
guess Mother of Machines shuts down certain decks in the format, or
Dockside,
Rocco.
Thoracle, Rocco,
Yeah. Oh yeah, shutting down
Tivit.
Thoracle's actually like a big deal.
Yeah,
Uh, I guess technically Orcish Bowmasters is a hate piece. But
not
I
really,
don't know what
but
other like big hate pieces are like genuinely viable in some
yeah.
version of the list.
All right. I
Uh,
think we have a decent amount of cards
I
added
mean, I'd
to the
imagine
list.
so.
Yeah, we're at 120 right now.
Oh goodness. Well, we were
That
at
means,
93 before.
yeah,
So
yeah. So we should start making some cuts. Um, yeah. So we could start
yeah.
at the creatures. We have 30 creatures. Abdel is part of a combo.
Yep.
Um, Archivist is good. Cathar Commando is like the first one that I'm questionable of.
Yeah. I actually don't think it's in my physical list currently.
All
Uh,
right,
I think
I'm
I cut it for
removing it.
something.
Then we have Dockside and Dothy. I think those are both fine to have.
Yep.
Drana and Lavala obviously good. We're gonna skip over Dranith. Dualcaster Mage. It's part of the combos that additional combo you
Yeah.
wanted to add. Elish Norn makes sense. Other Elish Norn. We're gonna try it out, I think. Esper
Yeah.
Sentinel, Goblin Engineer,
Oh,
Goblin Welder, all
did we want to
cards.
slot an Aetherflux Reservoir in here for Bolus of Citadel loops?
Um,
Because
I
we
mean
have Top and Citadel
we could, but I don't
currently.
think we need Aetherflux Reservoir.
I don't think we do either.
But it is something that you can add in later. Grim Hireling, Hordling Broodlord. Grim Hireling's another one I'm questionable of,
I
but
mean,
I
this
think
card
it's
is
pretty good.
it might just be my favorite card in the deck.
Yeah.
Uh, when it works. When it
Hordling
doesn't work, it's
Broodlord.
depressing. But
Hope a
I
Gear
think
per.
Hog can come out. I'm
That
not
makes
big
sense.
on Hog as a card most of the time. I actually don't think it's in my physical list right now. But
Imp Recruiter, fine. Karmic Guide combo. Lotho Magda makes sense. Mam Devil's an interesting one. It wins you the game, but it's a card I've been
also
pretty low on.
a really interesting hate piece as well
Yeah, I agree.
for certain decks in the format.
Oppo and Bowmaster. I'm questionable on both of them, but obviously I know your opinions are you're higher on both of these cards.
Honestly, I don't care all that much for Opposition Agent.
For
I
cutting
think
it.
with the direction of the deck, Bowmasters is probably fine to have in the deck.
Yeah, I think it's fine as well.
But I'm willing to cut Opposition Agent. We need to make some cuts. Oh, you already did.
Yeah. And then we have
You beat me to it.
Facebreaker, which is probably fine as well. Ragavan, great card. Rakdos, Ranger Captain, fine cards.
I think
Razaketh.
Razaketh comes out.
Yeah, I was
I
just
don't
about
think I
to
need Razaketh.
ask. And then Timna, we probably want in because it's just an insane
Yeah.
value engine.
I think we'd cut Timna if we were cutting like the Grim Hirelings and the Professional Facebreaker.
Yeah, I could see that. Buried Alive seems like the worst Entomb effect. Don't know if we really need it.
I think I'm only on 2 Entomb effects right now.
Yeah, but do you need like the Entomb effects? Because typically reanimation decks don't even play Buried Alive anymore.
No.
It's just Entomb. And then they have typically their commander helps with the cause, which yours does a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I don't need Buried Alive though.
Yeah, it's just maybe it comes in. I'm gonna put it in the sideboard because I think it is still a good card. Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, Gamble, which is a second Entomb.
Yep.
Imp
Always
Seal,
an Entomb.
which is another kind of Entomb if you have the right mana.
Yep.
Or your right board. Molten Duplication, combo piece. Praetor's Grasp.
Essentially a combo piece.
Are you on Saw in Half? I think you are.
I am on Saw in Half.
Maybe we cut Twin Flame then.
Yeah, so there's not 5 pieces that go infinite with.
Yeah.
Dualcaster.
And this is another win con with Dualcaster. You can Praetor's Grasp, flash, and then Saw in Half something, hold priority, cast Dualcaster. It's a lot of mana. It's 9 mana, but you get to exile your entire opponent's libraries.
That's why
if
Praetor's
it's,
Grasp
like,
is in the
post-combat.
list currently.
Okay, perfect.
You can also Dualcaster Praetor's Grasp and take Thassa's Oracle Consult.
Yeah.
And win that way.
Reanimate. Savine's Wreck is interesting. You're on Underworld Breach.
Yeah.
And we can leave it in for now.
Kind of why it's there.
Yeah, Shatter Skull Smashing. It's a land.
It is a land.
Toxic Deluge.
I don't know if it's necessary in the deck, but
Wheel of Fortune. I'll move it to sideboard because I think you are on plenty of lands right now.
Yeah.
Because you're still on 28.
And I feel like lands are getting more, just better in general, to the point that the mythic MDFCs from Zendikar just are becoming less and less playable.
Yeah, a Braid makes sense while you're on it. Burnt Offering, we already had a conversation on why we're on it. Cabal Ritual is a card I think you can probably cut.
Yeah, I think I can cut Calling the Weekend Cabal Ritual, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I
agree
don't
with
think I need
both
either of those. Now that Sacrifice is in the deck.
Yeah. Dark Ritual, E-Tutor, Entomb, Final Fortune, Final Showdown, Fire Covenant, you said you didn't like.
No,
and
now
you're
that I
on
have Toxic Deluge in the deck. Yeah.
Yeah. Flare. I'm going to move it to sideboard just because we do need to cut some more cards, and I don't know if it actually belongs in your list now that I'm thinking about it. Red Blast, Sacrifice.
It's an interesting replacement for Deflection Spot, which I can't run in this deck.
Yeah.
But
well, not well. Saw in Half, Silence, Swords, Vampiric Tutor. All those make sense to me. Alter, Arcane.
9 cards.
Yeah, that's okay. Bolus of Citadel, Chromox. I think we do cut Conqueror's Flail because it's the worst of the Grand Abolisher effects. And you're on Grand Abolisher, Ranger Captain, Silence, Defense Grid. so you're on 4. One
It
of them's
makes
already
Kroxa and
tutorable.
Kunoros a 9/9 beaters.
I'm removing it. Curse Mirror's great. Defense Grid's great. Grim Monolith Grinding Station makes sense. Jeweled Lotus, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal. Yeah, all these are making sense.
Honestly, we could probably cut Jeweled Lotus. Just because it's gonna put my commander out like what, a turn early most likely.
Yeah.
Which typically won't matter with the way this deck plays.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it
took
matters
it
for
out.
beating face, but like,
Yeah. Animate Dead, Chthonian Nightmare, Dance of the Dead, Necromancy, Power Balance, Smother and Touch, Trouble, and Underworld Breach. I kind of like all those. The only one I honestly don't like is Underworld Breach.
yeah.
Because you don't have a win with Underworld Breach. It's just a value breach.
No, you have Breach, LED, Wheel of Fortune, then Breach, Grinding Station, and a 0-cost artifact.
That doesn't win you the game. That mills your library. Essentially, it can get you to a win.
I mean, it essentially wins the game. It generates semi-infinite mana.
Yeah.
And gives you an Underworld Breach to cast whatever you mill into.
It's probably fine.
I think the issue with it is that my win con might be a little hard to assemble from there.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted to cut Underworld Breach, then we could cut Wheel of Fortune,
and
Grinding Station, and LED.
Yeah.
I guess we could leave Grinding Station, but I don't know if I need it at that point.
I'll move them to the sideboard. Because
Especially if we have Bolus of Citadel as another potential win con in here as well.
Yeah. And then we're looking at 104 cards.
Are we on 28 lands now? I thought we were at 27.
We were at 27, but I added Talon Gates.
Oh yeah, right. This card's really good.
Yeah. I've been a big opponent of removing City of Brass and Mana Confluence out of my decks now.
Yeah,
just
you
because
don't feel you need them.
I think the mana's good. I'm gonna remove City of Brass before City of Trader, before Mana Confluence.
What about like Exotic Orchard?
No, you want City of Brass gone with the amount of Derevi combos going out because they can kill you with your own land.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like it's a minor thing that can happen, but if it does happen, you just cry and die inside.
That would make me cry and die inside, in all honesty.
We need 2 more cuts.
Didn't we need 4 more cuts just a second ago?
Yeah, I had to refresh because you already took out Hope of Europer.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Plenty of artifacts.
Plenty of artifacts.
Yeah, I was looking at Opal count. Yeah, you're not a
cuttable.
Big fan of Lotho?
I've had games where it does a lot, and then games where I played on turn 1 hoping that it like fuels my game plan and get 1 treasure a game.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll take it out. I put it in your sideboard.
Hit or miss. And then we could also probably cut Mayhem Devil. It is an outlet, but Rakdos is probably just a better outlet.
Yeah, you get to basically see your entire deck at that point, and it mills your opponents out when you're doing your loop.
And gives me all their cards to use.
Yeah, I think Rakdos is just a better outlet. I'm just saying if there's like maybe a better card.
I can see Mirror coming out, but clones are so strong right now.
Yeah, I think Curse Mirror stays in. I can see an argument of cutting like the Talisman.
Am I just on 1 Talisman currently?
Yeah, you're just on 1 Talisman.
At what point does my artifact count drop too low for Mox Opal?
You want around 14, I think.
So I'm well within the...
Yeah, before you consider cutting Mox Opal.
within the range.
Maybe it's a Beret. No, because you would need removal for Drannith.
Yeah. Pretty badly.
Maybe cut Drannith?
Bailey.
I know your opinion on
We
it.
we were literally just talking about how this deck runs very specific hate pieces for very specific decks.
Yeah.
And even if Draenith is not like blanketly good in every white deck, that's literally what it does.
Pish posh. Okay, I will move Mam Devil to the sideboard.
I think there's also a consideration for actually Imperial Recruiter's a lot better now that we've updated the deck. Because it grabs Dual Caster, grabs the Goblin Engineer and Goblin Welder.
And Magda, yeah.
And Magda.
Yeah, it's good, I think. Yeah, I like how the list is honestly looking.
It looks a lot more playable than it did before, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I like Chthonian Nightmare. I think it is just the better Underworld Breach in your deck,
Very possibly.
which is good. The only cards I'm really sus on is like Power Balance
Yes.
and the Draenith, but those are just my own personal
I mean, I agree with Power
dilemmas.
Balance. And I can see Draenith being good in like other, not being good in other white decks. Like
Yeah.
this deck is designed to like hate certain decks out of the format. And Draenith does that quite well.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I'm fine with Draenith being in. I just think it doesn't progress your game plan, which is like the opposite of what your Dronalin, Vala, Elish Norn do, right? They stop your
Yes, yeah.
opponents while progressing. But I'm fine with it being in.
I mean, I can possibly counter the future. I don't know what we put in for it. I don't mind what we have
No,
now.
we're playing Draenith. We're playing Draenith. Well, you're playing Draenith.
Forsaken Miner ended up in the sideboard. That's so funny.
Well, like, I could see a world where you go up Phyrexian Altar and you play Forsaken Miner if you're like all in on the Kroxa Kunoros plan, because it's just a really good card.
Yeah, the only issue is it doesn't loop with Kroxa and Kunoros.
Yeah.
It's just another combo.
Yeah. It technically, never mind. That was a silly idea.
What? Oh my god.
I was like, you could play a card that, like, whenever a card is removed from your graveyard, each opponent loses a life, which commits a crime, which then you can loop the Forsaken Miner.
God. It's like there's so many better ways to do that.
But it's a 4-drop enchantment, so it's probably not playable. But yeah, I like the list. Let's go down and do one or two
A couple test hands.
test hands.
My mouse is in my backpack and I just never pulled it out.
Good job. Down to second 7. This is fine.
This does seem fine. I'd say depending on your seating, you're very possibly just going turn 1 Draenith.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, unfortunately.
I mean, if you're going first, depending on who you're playing against, you probably just slow their game plan down by like.
Well, this is like the only position I like Draenith in, is turn 1 or 2.
Yep.
Ooh, gas. Bin.
Gas. And then you're probably just responding to a trigger with Archivist.
Yeah. Drawing a card. Gas.
Haley, why are you drawing so many lands?
Well, because you're on too many of them.
Is 27 too many?
Yeah, you're a little bit more turbo slanted with the mid-range ideal, so you're probably looking to play like 26, 25, if I'm being realistic.
And we could cut a couple more lands. Toss back in Mayhem Devil.
Yeah,
and Lotho.
I think we cut just one. Because knowing your luck, you're not gonna draw them.
Like, so is this the point where we cut Mana Confluence?
Yeah. At least that's what I've been doing, and it has yet to bite me in the booty cheek. I'm gonna throw in Lotho because I think it
currently have 3 colorless lands in the deck, which might come to bite me in the ass.
It won't.
But
it won't. You just gotta trust.
I'm not huge on Ancient Tomb, but it's good. It's a good card, obviously.
Yeah, I think this is better now. This is a mulligan though. This is also a mulligan. Down to 6.
I mean, this is crazy.
No, it's a mulligan, I think. I guess
It is a mulligan.
realistically,
it could be crazy.
you can go like put on bottom, go here, and then you get 2 chances at surveil lands to put creatures in the bin.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's worth doing it, so we're down to 5.
I also think you're just going to 5.
This is fine, I think.
This is fine.
We probably put these 2 on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then
There's also an argument to keep Molten Duplication because we have a reanimation spell in the command zone.
yeah, that's fair. I think we're exiling this.
True.
And then
Vamp
make
tutoring
sure
before.
Rhythm enters. You may exile 5. Okay, so he's not super great early on. Yeah,
No.
you vamp tutor.
Which is why Jewel Lotus is not in the deck. Imagine you're grabbing some semblance of like probably
card
an engine
advantage
of some sort. Card
Yeah.
advantage, mana
Something to
advantage,
keep you
probably
in
card
the game.
advantage. Yeah.
Esper Sentinel I could see.
I think the 3 card advantage pieces are the One Ring, Trouble and Pairs, and Esper Sentinel.
Yeah.
I guess Archivist is card advantage.
Yeah, in theory we could go like no, we can't go Dothy. Not with what mana we have. Timna could be something. Probably not. Yeah, this hand was rough because we had to go down so low, but that's okay.
If it wasn't a 5, this would be honestly this would be like a turn 3 win if it wasn't a 5.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It honestly might just be like it's probably just Esper Sentinel there.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because we don't have the mana to cast any of the others.
Yeah,
it's Esper or Archivist, depending on the table.
I was thinking, yeah, either Esper, Archivist, or even Lotho to get you more mana. So whatever.
At that point, I'd rather grab like the Professional Facebreaker, I think.
This is a good hand.
Because that can present mana advantage and card advantage.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
This is a good hand.
Yeah.
This is a really good hand. Holy crap.
Yeah. I think we just go here. Go get red black, I guess. Badlands.
You can search Badlands, Bailey.
So. Not when my keyboard doesn't like working half the time.
I see.
And then I think we just slow play this, or we can even play it out if we think there's going to be a Ristic
I think
coming
you
down.
slow play it.
Yeah.
If only.
Yeah, because I like keeping both of these cards.
Yes.
But now we have to X out one of them, which I think it's
I
probably
think it's Toxic
Deluge.
Damage.
Combat. And then Smothering Tithe, and then we're off to the races.
Yep.
Pretty good hand. Let's do one more. Almost there.
Pretty close.
I think I mulligan this hand.
I think for 7 I mulligan this hand.
Yeah. Look at all this land.
This is an instant mulligan.
Yeah. Down to 6. Turn 1 Draenith. That's about it though.
That's how good Dockside is.
Yeah.
Depending on the pot, I might keep this, but I think it's 5.
I think it's also a 5. We're keeping.
These are rough.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm putting these on the bottom.
I think that's right. Turn 1 Dothy. Although I don't know if you spend the Lotus Petal so quickly.
No, I was just gonna go here.
Yeah.
And then play this out just so we have swords if we need it. And then we're just goated with the sauce.
Doffy.
And then play this.
Surveillance. See, never didn't have it. Intent goes to the bin, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which feels wrong, but like random creatures.
And then we just kind of sit here. We can get our commander
Yeah.
out if we want, but I think we just sit here and play a slower game. Now I would probably get our commander out with the Dark Rig,
Yeah.
just to have him out there.
I mean, the commander, even if it's not doing anything, presents an immense amount of pressure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can put Lotho to the bin and then reanimate him.
yeah,
And then we're just gonna.
the surveillance are good.
Yeah, they are good.
But
You also won't just naturally draw them as much as we've done,
yeah,
because we've done that a lot. I think I've naturally drawn 2 surveillance in like the 50 games that I've played with Rogsai since I put all 3 in.
these are also some pretty like odd hands for this deck.
Yeah.
They don't do like much. Like this has. I mean, it's a turn
kinda
on
like it,
Lotho,
though. Yeah.
but then it's just riding on Lotho. Oh, I really like this hand.
Well, if you're going first, I like to imagine that 2 people are going to give you a treasure, so you're up to
Yep,
3
and then
treasures.
draw a land and be just cracked at the game.
Yeah, because you're on a lot of lands. 2 treasures. Defense.
Jams defense grid with no protection.
Yeah, we're chilling. The
You're
deck can do
probably
its
stacking
thing.
your treasures to kill something,
Kill
I
things,
imagine.
Yeah. But yeah,
The
I
deck
like where the
works.
deck is. Someone just has to put it in
Which is
paper
sick.
and test it out now.
Wonder who that'll be.
Probably you.
I'd imagine so.
Because I'm building dragons, I think.
Are you going for it? You're gonna build the boys?
Well, me and Parker said after CDH6 that we're both going to build it and play for a little bit, which
Yeah.
I also made that promise to Nick with Gale. So
I want to build Gale. I
I'm
want to play
double-decking.
Gale.
I
That's another
don't want
deck
to
that
play Gale.
I genuinely want to play Gale.
I think he's good. I just think he makes your brain rot.
Correct.
Which I don't think is ideal for like a tournament scenario.
No, I think it's gonna have the Karkashima problem. I think the deck's really strong and is so incredibly heinous to pilot, and the stacks are so messed up that
Well,
you're just
Karkashima's
gonna.
not super complicated anymore.
True, but the stacks are just heinous to resolve and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
awful.
I agree with that.
Like I was
But
playing against Karakashima yesterday, and
yeah,
they had 2 Krox in play, and
Shadow
2
Jack.
two of the one that makes a treasure whenever the mage craft to make a treasure. And they're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna cast Impulse. It bounces back to my hand. I resolve an Impulse. I'm gonna cast Impulse, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
it's not even your turn.
Yeah.
Like,
Welcome to the deck.
and he's like, but technically I don't win. And I'm like, dude, you won the game at this point.
No. He just has every card in his deck in his hand if he wants.
Well, it was only 2 Krox. He could whiff, guys.
True,
He
could
did.
whiff.
He did almost screw it up. I will say he did almost screw it up.
Ooh, rough.
But no, no. This deck's interesting. It targets the format in a weird way.
Yeah.
I want there to be better hate pieces. I want more.
Yeah.
But because those are like non-traditional stacks pieces. I hate traditional stacks pieces so much. This should just be a stacks deck, in all honesty. But
Yeah, probably.
I'm not doing that. Screw that. But Hoarding Broodlord's a crazy card, and sadly, Reanimator strategies aren't good enough to make it see enough play.
Yeah.
For how good this card is. This card is bonkers.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
yeah, I think that's the video.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, make sure you guys like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff.
All the YouTuber things.
Yeah, I think this week I'm allowed to add links to the description, so check those out. I don't know what's going to be there, but they might be there.
You should link the decks.
Yeah, that's the idea, is that I'll link whatever deck we talk about or the decks that we talk about.
Then you should link the Discord as well.
I was going to do that. And then I was going to, something that you should do is when you go to like tournaments that require deck lists, in the deck description, put the YouTube link there. So when someone looks at the deck, they'll be like, hey, it's associated with the YouTube channel. Let me check it out. I got the Nicky Poo and the Parker Roney to do that. And I'm going to do that with whatever deck I play.
Yeah, I should update the deck description. And then I should write a primer for this deck.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person playing this deck.
No,
currently.
it got a top 16 at a 100 and something player event last month.
Really?
Yeah.
What? When did that happen?
I believe Comedian made a video about it.
Really? I stopped watching all his tournament recaps.
Dang. Yeah, it made a push.
If I go to is it EDH top 16?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this deck recently.
Because last I looked, I had the best result in the deck, which probably changed because my results in the deck were awful. No, we got Mox Masters June of 2023 with 3 losses, 2 wins, in 31st place. Someone in 40th place, someone in 49th place, and someone in 100th place. My results are gone. It's just looking at this last year. It is. Let's remove that. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. There was a guy who got 8th. If
Where?
you do under 64.
Oh,
tournament.
under 64.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah. Which I'm going to look at his list.
Oh, he's actually like genuinely jamming this deck all the time.
Yeah.
They're pretty small tournaments, but like, they never. Okay, I need to talk to the other shop because they never submitted my first place result. They're not submitting results to Top Deck. Oh my god.
His list is also like foiled the frick out, dude.
He took 8th with 1 win.
I mean, it was a smaller tournament, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow, this thing is ballooned out. Bergey's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, it's probably fine. He's on Atmos.
Probably fine. That's wild.
So
I guess he's not on a reanimation package. Yeah,
he's turbo.
He's got Villas, which is super interesting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Flame Scroll Celebrants, fine, I guess. It's just another silence. Is that Faithless Looting? That is Faithless Looting. Interesting. What an interesting list.
Yeah, yes, definitely a lot different than what we built.
Right, oh, completely different than what we built.
He's on 27 plus 28 with the DMFZ.
DFC. Which is...
He's on some weird ones, though.
Like really high Gardens. For a turbo deck.
Yeah, interesting list. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for us. Thank you for listening. Live your best life.